Today, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what's been happening in the stock market. I'm sure that's on a lot of your minds, and it really is something that was unexpected or expected. I don't know. But what should you do now that the stock market is in a correction or it's crashing, and we don't really know where the bottom may be? So, conventional wisdom might say something like, don't panic. But it's hard to not panic when your account is going down by 20+%. For me, I just am trying to keep it all in perspective. I'm a long term investor. I'm not looking to cash out anytime soon, but I can understand that if you are someone who is closer to retirement or in retirement, this could be something that is weighing heavily on your mind. So bear in mind that my advice may not apply to everyone, but for the most part, if you've done your planning properly, you should be in a position where you have already managed your risks and this is not causing you to not be able to go into retirement, or maybe having to pull out of your emergency fund or something like that in order to survive, and not pull and realize those losses that are occurring right now in your portfolio. So let me look at this from a few different perspectives. If you're someone with 10, 20, 30 years out to retirement, this is actually an event that could benefit you in the long run. And why do I say that? Basically, if you're looking at a longer horizon, basically you have more time to recover from this shock. I'm going to call it a shock. It could be a crash. It could be a correction. Right now, it's at this point in filming, it's more than 20% down in terms of the maybe let's say I think year to date. Although if you pull out and look at a year ago, we're actually about even, maybe a little bit like -2%. So really, in the long term, this is a blip. Sorry to say, but for the immediate feeling is not so great. But for some of us, this could be something that we could capitalize on. And what you should probably do is just dollar cost average into your positions as normal, unless the tariffs have changed some of those investment thesis. What I mean by that is like something that used to be very, very attractive in terms of trade may not be so anymore. So you might want to reconsider some of your investment theses. And then if you do have extra cash or some powder, as they call it, in the war chest, you may want to put a little bit more. But just be careful of catching a falling knife. We don't know where the bottom is, really. And it could just keep on falling, especially with things such as unpredictable as what's happening nowadays. So, in the long run, basically what you're doing is buying something at a discount, and hopefully in that will be something that will benefit you as the stock market recovers in maybe the next 5 to 10 years. So yes, it is a downturn, and it is affecting many, many people who are close to retirement or in retirement. For those people, I hope that you have planned ahead to have a bucket of money set aside that's at least 6 to 12 months worth of expenses or more. In fact, this is making me realize that your emergency fund may have to be bigger than 3 to 6 months, especially the older you are, the more risk averse that you are, and the less shocks that you can experience in your portfolio. Basically, having a larger emergency fund, maybe 6 to 12 months, if not more, could provide you with that extra cushion that you need when you're looking at something such as this unexpected event that's happening now. That being said, these kind of things have happened in the past. There's been the 2008 financial crisis. There's been the dot-com bubble. There's been Black Friday, I think 1987, which was the greatest drop in one single day. These things have happened in the past, and as a rule, the stock market does return around 10% annually per year. That does not mean let me say it again. That does not mean that the stock market will gain 10% every year. It means on average. So you may have a -20 one year, you may have a +30 one year, +10. It means on average, historically, over a 100-year period of time, that the stock market has returned around that value, 10%. per year. So yeah, when you're looking overall, like if you want to see where your portfolio is going and where, in the long term you are headed, just take your portfolio value, stick it in a compound interest calculator or retirement calculator, and put in the value of 7%. Now you're probably thinking, she just said 10%. Why is now she's saying 7%? Basically, you want to adjust for inflation, which is typically 2 to 3%. And we tend to go with the higher number to be a little bit more conservative and say, instead of 10%, subtract 3 and get 7. And then you can say, on average, your actual return will be around 7% because we're adjusting for inflation. So I like to do this calculation every so often and put in, how much money I'm putting in per month to see that I'm not saving too much or saving too much or too little, sorry. And basically gives me an idea of where I am at the moment because things shift. I must say, a few months ago, my portfolio was looking a lot better, especially after Trump was elected and the stock market did go up quite significantly, as well as Bitcoin. And all of those unrealized gains are now gone. So easy come, easy go. It's like I didn't ever realize those gains and they have now vanished. So basically, hang tight. Keep dollar cost averaging into your portfolio positions if those positions still make sense, if those investment theses still make sense. And then do your best to not look at your portfolio as much as possible. Things, I don't know where things are going at this point in time, at the time of this recording. But with the tariffs and everything that's been happening, a lot will shift. Prices will go up. Trade will change due to these tariffs. And, we just have to figure out how things go in the long run. In the immediate term, don't look at your portfolio every day. Don't cry over spilt milk. If you're one of those people who are postponing your retirement or in retirement, I feel for you. This is not something that is beneficial to your position per se, but I do hope that in the long run we can recover from this in a way that you will see that these instances, these situations do happen in the stock market. And it's just something that has to be recognized as a reality when you do invest in the stock market. It does happen. Corrections do happen. It's normal. Although we may think that this is not a normal situation, it's the first time that it's ever happened like this. Historically, we should be okay. Okay? And yeah, hang in there, stick tight, and let's make this through together. See ya.